Hey, what's happening? It's Ben here. Skillish People, trying to spread some skillishness through practical skills as well as some philosophies and ideas. Last few videos have been mostly philosophical, so I thought I would do a practical one today, which is all about 3 essential knots that I think everybody should know. The first one, well actually, before I start that, there's 3 things that a lot of knots start from. There's your basic overhand knot, which is just one over the other and then through the gap, also called a granny knot. Then you have got a bend in a rope or a piece of string, which is just like this, or else you have a loop, which is just that. And the loop will depend on the bit coming up, whether it's behind or in front. So for me, right-handed, I tend to put my right hand over my left, and then there's sort of a B shape with the bit coming down in front. Also with knots, it's important to, once they're tied, test them and make sure that they're good and tight before they should be trusted. I'll show you a bit more of that when I actually tie one. So the first knot is a reef knot, also called a square knot. And it is good for attaching 2 bits of string or rope together. They need to be the same sort of size. So how you do this, I'll turn around a little bit just because filming this is going to be difficult. For me, this is how I learnt it, is left over right and under, which is just your granny knot or your overhand knot, and then right over left and under, and then pull tight. And you get this nice shape. And that is what a square knot is. So you can do that, and that will tie 2 bits of rope together nice and strongly. I use that to tie a little knot around my tomato plants, tying them to a bit of bamboo. If your shoelace breaks, you can use that as well to tie the bits together so that it's just a quick fix. And we also use that to send an end of a rope up to a climber if he's in a tree. So the way to tie it again is left over right and under, and then right over left and under, and gives you that shape. If there is a if you're trying to pass it down from above, you can make a loop, and then you get your other piece of rope and you just send it up through the loop, round the back, and then back down through the loop, give it a tug, and that makes the same shape. So you can always see that it's there. Give it a good tug, and then you should be able to pull that rope up to the person up above. The next knot is called a clove hitch, and this is good for attaching ropes to objects or poles. So it's 2 different ways of tying this one, depending if you're just trying to get something from the middle of a rope. You do a loop, right hand over the left, then another loop, and you put the right hand one behind the left hand one, put it over what you're working with, and pull that tight, and then you have this. So it's another nice looking knot. You can always tell if you've done it properly, and then you should be able to pull this one or pull this one, and either way it will be good and tight and not slip anywhere. If you need to tie that, sorry about this, around something, see if I can hold that up there. Nice bit of work going on there. You can go around the thing in question, up one side, around the other side again, and then up through the middle. And that, if you look at that again, shows the same shape. So you've got 2 ends coming out of the middle and a bit over the top. So you can do it from the end, or you can do it from the middle of the rope. And that is a clove hitch, which is good for tying a rope to put it over a post, or tying it to a branch or something like that, and it won't slip. Then the third and final knot is the king of all knots. You get a lot of nautical people will use this to tie their boats up, or for myself as a tree surgeon, I would bet my life on this knot, and I have done many times. It's called the bowline. And you're doing that with the end of the rope here. This end is off up the tree or whatever, and you do a loop, and the end bit is coming out behind and going up. And then you take, let me move that up a little bit. Then you take the end of the rope, you bring it up through the hole, round the back, and then back down through the hole. So, and then you pull it all nice and tight. You pull up and you pull down. And that gives you a knot. The bowline shape is very specific. You can tell if you've done it right or not. And then I would tie myself onto this, and I would have no problem going out of a tree on that. That is as safe as it gets. It's a good idea to tie a little end knot in here as well, just so that it won't slip through. So you just do a little overhand knot there onto the end of the tail, just to be on the safe side. Make sure that it's pulled good and tight, and that's fine. You could tow a car on that. You can tie up your boat, like I said. You can tie up your harness, like I said. So it depends if it's coming from above. You can also sort of tie it around something as well. With the end, you just do your loop the other way, like that. If you're tying around something here, come up through the thing, round the back, back up it again. And there's your nice bowline shape. Can't go wrong with that. Pull it tight, and then this loop is good to go. If you were to tow a car or something on this, you would always be able to undo it, because with the top loop here, if you can bend that down like that, that loosens the bowline enough that even if you've been pulling something very heavy and the knot has got really tight, you should always be able to undo it that way. So the reef knot, or the square knot, which is left over right and under, right over left and under. Then you've got the clove hitch, which is a loop right over left, another loop right over left, and the right one goes behind to give you that shape. And then the bowline is make a loop, come up through the hole, round the back and back down through the hole, and then pull it all nice and tight on the two ends, and you're left with the loop that you can do anything of. Hopefully they will come in handy for you. They are essential for me, and I use them most days at work. So 3 essentials to know, but many more essential knots that we will learn in the future as well. If you like that, then please like and subscribe here on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, and please sign up with your email on skillishpeople.com, and I will, so that you get first notice when anything's happening about the book, which hopefully will be happening soon as well. Hopefully that's useful for you, and will help you become a bit more skillish. Thank you very much. Goodbye.